guys, Fernando Stata here once more. The other day I was having a talk in my private group, the one for my course, and we were talking about quarter four and what should and what shouldn't be done, in terms of designing, what designs we should be doing and which ones we should be avoiding. It was one of those rants that I usually go around, where I start talking about topics and then I start talking and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. And, I briefly touched this area of what you shouldn't be doing. Quarter four is just around the corner. We are September 14. Pretty much we are there. Technically it starts on October the 1st, but being honest, we are already selling Halloween and fall products. It's starting to get there. Some people are already buying, those products. So technically speaking, we are on quarter four right now. What to avoid? I see a lot of shirts right now with Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Andy. Those are completely not allowed. Those are there's a copyright, trademark. You shouldn't be doing those. Scarecrows, if they look like the Wizard of Oz, hey, get out of those. Don't do those scarecrows. Scarecrow sells well for fall autumn type of products. They are not necessarily Halloween products, but they're fall products. They sell very well. All those spices, you should be looking into some of those, but look for trademark phrases. You shouldn't be doing everything you think is good. The cinnamon, pumpkin pies, pecan pies, all that stuff sells well. You should be looking into those a little bit more. Then we start going, of course, we have to start looking for, vampires, stuff like that. Vampires sell very well. Something that people tend to make mistakes is that, it's Halloween, let's do vampires, only for Halloween, and you doing very Halloween centric. Vampire is an evergreen product. There's people who love horror year round. Yes, it's gonna sell more in October because of the Halloween season, but there are websites like T-Billion that all they sell is horror products for a reason. People love horror year round. Try to make some of those designs to be evergreen. Don't focus too much on Halloween colors. Probably you can make two versions. One that is very purpley and orangey, and it's more characteristic, for kids and stuff like that. But hey, do some of those. Same thing for werewolf. Now think about this. You cannot use the name Dracula. You can use vampire. Dracula, it's Universal Studios. Same for Frankenstein. You cannot use that. But you can make some likeness to those things and try to find something that are public domain. Same thing for werewolves, mummies. Mummies, they are also Universal Studios, but also you can find ways to do the mummies. You can make funny mummies, childish mummies, or you can make scary mummies. Mummies sell well year round. There's the reason why the Mummy movie was released, around May and not in October. Horror sells year round. So try to make some of those evergreen. You will be surprised. But also make some Halloween centric. People want to wear some of those for Halloween. Start thinking about phrases, that could be catchy. Not everybody uses costumes, and everybody wants to go to to Halloween parties. Start doing some of those. There's a lot of baby announcement deals that you can make for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Do baby announcement centric for those holidays. They sell well. But also start thinking, that those designs, later on in the year, you can just remove the Halloween centric portion, and you have an evergreen design that you can use all year round. Double your usage for that product. Find ways that you can add something to make it, seasonal. But if by removing that, you can make it for another season, and by removing specific characteristics, then you can make it an evergreen product. The pumpkins, of course, is #1 seller. Anything in reality with jack-o'-lanterns, do not use jack-o'-lanterns. Make sure that the ones you're using are not, you have the rights to use. It's very easy to get one that you cannot use. It can get you, a copyright infringement there. So be careful with those. Of course, it's always best to do your own, drawings. And that is for, for Halloween. Make a lot of money. Right now, Halloween products should already be up. They are already selling. We're only 45 days from Halloween. Don't waste your time. Anything you do upload this week should be Halloween. Then around mid or towards the end of October, we are going to go into Thanksgiving season. That is where the fall autumn products begin to sell really well. Of course your turkeys, of course, your all those products that people love to eat, the cranberry sauce and stuff like that. You can make some funny seasonal shirts, using also ingredients that we eat, side dishes, that we eat. Here's some stuffing for you or something like that. You can make funny stuff with those words that we use at the table for a Thanksgiving dinner. Then of course there's Black Friday. You can make some Black Friday shirts. Come on, start thinking about that. And then it's Cyber Monday. I don't think people wear Cyber Monday shirts, but you never know. Then we get into December, and here's where it gets tricky. It's a lot of religions celebrating different holidays. We have Hanukkah, we have Kwanzaa, we have Christmas, then we have New Year's. All of them have their own market, and if you're Catholic or you are, in different religions, for example, I'm Catholic, so I have a lot of holidays in December that we celebrate, and that I know I could target because and I'm familiar with them. I grew with those traditions, so for me it's easy to target a lot more holidays in December that you simply Christmas, And I know there are religions that have different holidays that I'm not even aware of. Start looking into those. Just think about it. You make some shirts right now that you're not gonna sell, probably none, or probably one, or probably three, or probably 5 or 100. You never know, right? So why not gamble with one of those holidays? Say, hey, let's see if it pans. Maybe you will be the only one, and you may have a home run there. If you know something, December is a holiday to spend. Everyone spends money. Start looking into getting people to spend on your product. But now when we go into Christmas, there's a lot of things you need to avoid, right? First of all, yes, Santa Claus is public domain. You can use Santa Claus as much as you want, but you have to be careful on what Santa Claus you use. For example, the green Santa Claus is from a play that is the green Santa Claus, so you need to find out if that you can use. There is a Santa Claus, C-L-A-U-S, not Santa Claus, C-L-U-S-E. That's a movie. That will get your accounts probably suspended. Think about that. Do not use Santa Clauses from movies, especially if they are using phrases that are attached to a movie. Do not use any movie. There's plenty of Santa Claus stuff you can say. The ho 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 can go to 1,000 different shares and nothing be alike. Elves sell incredibly well, but do not use the elf from the movie. Okay, whatever his name, I forgot the name of the guy. That elf movie, it's a number classic. People love the movie. A lot of phrases from that movie are used in shirts. Those will get your account suspended. Last year we saw a lot of people losing their accounts because they were using the elf movie, and using phrases from that movie. This year Amazon is not going to be as naive as last year. They're going to be waiting for those, and they are going to get you. Elf in the Shelf. Elf in the Shelf is not public domain. Do not use anything related to an elf in the shelf or the elf in the shelf itself. Do not go that route. The elf from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do not use that elf either. If it's not public domain elf, or it's a new elf that you haven't seen anywhere else, you can use elves, and they sell extremely well. People love elves. Same thing from snowmans. Snowmans, you can use any snowman you want as long as it's not scrappy. The snowman. Don't even think about it. It's going to get your account suspended. Do not use any phrase from that song or that movie or that book. It's going to get you in trouble. Do not get there. It's not necessary. And then we have the reindeers. You can use any reindeers that are in Santa's sleigh, but do not touch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The family of the owners of that brand are really will really come strong at you if they find a product. If they're using the product. It's what that family lives off. They still live all those royalties, and they are very protective. They will not let you have product with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So don't even try. That's probably one of the most difficult ones to get by. They will hit you. Anything in that movie, that Iceman, that Santa Claus that is in that movie, that version of that Santa, that version of that elf. I mean, anything that is in that movie, you cannot use. Avoid it, at all cost. Then we get to New Year's. New Year's products sell well, and you need to have them at some point around December 15th. Now, last year we were not allowed to upload pretty much nothing the whole December, so I was only able to get about 1 or 2 2017 t-shirts on time, and they were not my best. Actually, I was saving my best for the end, and I was never able to upload them. So start looking at signs of when Amazon is going to start lowering your chances of uploading, and upload a couple 2018 shirts. They will sell. People buy them for parties and stuff like that, and believe me, when people buy one, they buy multiples because they want everybody in the household to wear the same shirt. It's a good product to have. And then we go into January, and you are Christian, you believe in the Epiphany, and on the Three Kings and all that stuff. Those sell at a lower volume, but they do sell. And then we take a little break, and then we are on Valentine's, but that will be a whole different video. Now that's Q1. That's our #1 season of probably after Christmas is the #1 season to sell t-shirts and mugs. They sell extremely well, but right now we're in Q4. It's a lot you can do in Q4. Of course, evergreen products are going to sell, especially those gifts from mom to dad to son to dad. Those ones that you can scale using by creating only one design and changing use the wording, mom, dad, son, daughter, cousin, uncle. Those sell very well because they are gifts. They're impulse buys. There's people that are like, I don't know what to buy, so I'm gonna buy something nice that says, son, I love you, daughter, I love you, mom, I love you, something like that. They sell. You should be doing some of those. Of course, anything that denotes love. If people like to tell people they love them in Christmas, those sells very well as well. And of course, there are people that all the typical ones, coffee, wine and stuff like that. They are always going to be good combinations for gift baskets. What, they can put some coffee products and they can put the shirt. So, having said that, when you're making your t-shirts for Christmas and stuff like that, and you have keywords, do not forget to add for gift baskets, because there people search for ideas for gift baskets, and your product is probably gonna pop. You have the right keyword combination according to your shirt, and you may get some sales out of that way. And that's it for today. I mean, I don't want to go. I mean, you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer either here in YouTube, or you can get me in one of the many groups. I'm gonna start posting on the bottom of the groups. And if you want more information on my course, of course, there's a link also at the bottom of in the comment section on YouTube. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.